tu te retrouves sans emploi après les études. Peut-être toi qui m'écoutes, tu es dans cette situation. Ou bien tu connais quelqu'un dans cette situation. Ou encore, tu peux te retrouver dans cette situation après tes études. Que faire quand tu envoies 50, 100, 300, 500 CV et toujours pas de réponse? Que faire quand tu te retrouves sur un marché de l'emploi qui est saturé? Bien évidemment, ce n'est pas tout le monde qui se retrouve dans cette situation. Ce n'est pas tout le monde qui se retrouve confronté à ce problème. Un certain nombre, très rapidement, trouve du boulot. Mais la grande majorité se retrouve confrontée à la réalité du diplômé sans emploi. Que faire? La vérité est que le système éducatif ne te donne et ne te montre qu'une seule arme pour affronter les réalités de la vie. Et cette arme, nous la connaissons tous, n'est-ce pas? Elle se résume à la phrase suivante. Étudie, finis tes études et avec ton diplôme en poche, tu as un boulot. Et tu les as crus, n'est-ce pas? Le système éducatif refuse d'ajouter l'autre âme, l'âme redoutable, qui te permet d'affronter n'importe quelle situation. L'âme redoutable, si tu la découvres, la comprends et l'utilises, est source de richesse, source de création d'emplois. Cette âme redoutable s'appelle entrepreneuriat. Et à l'entrepreneuriat, il faut marier l'éducation financière ou intelligence financière. À travers cette vidéo, nous allons découvrir la stratégie de Olivia Mengich, jeune entrepreneur kenyan qui s'est retrouvé dans cette situation et qui a cherché, trouvé et utilisé l'âme redoutable pour s'en sortir. Salut et bienvenue sur Africa is Wealth, la chaîne de l'entrepreneuriat et de l'éducation financière par les Africains et pour les Africains. À travers cette chaîne YouTube, je t'amène à découvrir les entrepreneurs africains et leur succès. À travers eux, j'espère que tu verras ce qui est possible sur notre cher et beau continent. Un certain nombre de fois, dans la semaine, je partagerai avec toi des vidéos sur des thématiques telles que réussite africaine, stratégie des leaders, business ideas et surtout comment conquérir et élever la pensée. Parce que oui, tout se passe là. Je t'invite donc à t'abonner et à activer la petite cloche de notification pour ne manquer aucune de mes vidéos prochaines. Un petit rappel, une partie de cette vidéo est en anglais. Donc si tu ne comprends pas anglais, s'il te plaît, active le bouton d'interprétation et choisis français. Allons à la découverte de Olivia Mengich.
This 29-year-old specializes in the manufacturing of black dolls referred to as Swahili princess. For most, these dolls are just that, playthings. However, for this entrepreneur, these figurines are more than just toys for young girls.
I'm very into the concept of Black consciousness by Steve Biko. So the entire theory is just about it's just about instilling pride in black people, being aware of your blackness, in short. And when you look into, African culture, we're seen to have, or rather black people throughout the world, we're seen to have an inferiority complex which goes into various aspects of our lives. One of those aspects is beauty for black women. And when I say that, because of how I link that to inferiority complex, is you can see things like bleaching that goes on with black women. And this idea that we're supposed to be perfect in a certain way. Women from a young age are exposed to images of beauty, right? From Cinderella to Barbie dolls, and all these symbols of beauty happen to be white. As we continue to grow, the celebrities that seem to be making the most of their lives happen to be white.
It is with this in mind that Olivia would establish Swahili Princess in June of 2016. She does admit, though, that her dolls are not the silver bullet that will counteract people's long-held perceptions and attitudes.
We do culture through fashion. So our dolls are dressed in either kitenge or Maasai, because this is for East African market. And we have very rich culture in East Africa. For kitenge, it's called a communicating fabric. I don't know about that. It's called a communicating fabric because of the patterns, and sometimes it has wording on them, sometimes it can be political. It reflects the times and the moods of the East African people.
Like most entrepreneurs, Olivia would test the viability of her business by manufacturing a few dolls. She would then use Facebook to market her products. After a few months, her startup started gaining traction. Olivia had to hire delivery people so as to keep up with the demand.
The demand for a black doll in Kenya is very high, okay? And in Africa is high. So, and that's mainly because we do not have, beautiful black dolls. There are some black dolls in the market. If you go to some, to various stores, you find some black dolls, but they have errors. One of the biggest errors is that the dark skin tone, they're mainly dark skin tones, which is beautiful. But the problem is that the dark skin tone that they have created does not look like us. It doesn't really look like human skin. It looks more like clay, it's dull, it's not a real black tone. And then you find also that they have blue eyes, they sometimes have blonde hair or orange hair and things like that.
The Swahili Princess doll is made from polypropylene and polyvinyl chloride. It is built in a 7-part process: manufacturing, assembly, quality check, tailoring, braiding, dressing, and finally packaging.
I feel excited because, as you know, entrepreneurship is a risk. There is a risk involved. And when you see that your creation is being embraced by people, and the way it's being embraced by my customers, they enjoy it so much that they post on Facebook, they post on Instagram, they're constantly sharing about it. I keep hearing about Swahili Princess, So it makes me, to be honest, really happy. It makes me feel, it motivates me. Right? So it really motivates me to know that there is a need for my product and people like it so much. They don't just buy it and continue with their lives. They buy it, share their stories about it, try to get in contact with us, so it becomes almost like we're creating a small community of people who like Swahili Princess dolls.
Nevertheless, Olivia does admit that there were some challenges along the way. One of the biggest impediments she had to contend with was getting into retail stores. This, though, was not the only unique challenge she faced.
The first challenge was trying to get a manufacturer. It's not trying to get a manufacturer that I can trust, that I can, continuously use and everything, and who would actually work with me in the way I wanted, my design and everything. So that was the first challenge. Second challenge was getting cabs. So for a very long time, we had to stay online. Because we couldn't get cabs. So until end of November this year, to mid-November, I got, let's just say, cabs approval to sell the loads I have.
Swahili Princess was not Olivia's first stab at entrepreneurship. After working as a marketer for Jumia Kenya, Nuevo HR Business Solutions, and the Kenya Commercial Bank, Olivia would embark on self-employment. However, she does admit that it was a struggle leaving the corporate sector.
When I was in marketing, we used to source for images from, you can do assignment photography, or you could buy images from a stock photography company. So I would buy images from Shutterstock and iStock, and the issues were that, these images, we needed to have black images, right? But there's different types of black, and African American black is what you find in stock photography companies. And so this image didn't look like Kenyans, and I thought, well, you know what, companies really want to buy images that look like us, because if you want to talk to your audience, you have to make sure that what they're looking at reflects them, that it really speaks to them. So that was my first business that I started.
In order to improve her entrepreneurship skills, Olivia would enroll for an MBA in entrepreneurship from Gibbs. This was in addition to a degree in criminology and geography from Monash University. The entrepreneur strongly believes that Kenyans need to give greater emphasis to self-employment.
There have been people who have wondered why I ventured into it, who have not been supportive, who have said maybe this wasn't the right time, or I think you should go get a job. When can you get a job? Can I help you get a job? So there are people that do not understand that entrepreneurship is something that can lead to a successful career.
Due to the success of the Swahili Princess range of dolls, Olivia was selected as the national winner of the Creative Business Cup. She will represent Kenya at the annual summit held in Denmark. Olivia is of the opinion that taking part in the event will take her company to the next level.
All right, so the Creative Business Cup is an annual competition for entrepreneurs throughout the world. So from different continents, And so I was selected to represent Kenya, and I was selected by their national partner here. Anyway, so when I went there, and the first thing that that was amazing for me was the networking opportunities that were there. Meeting other entrepreneurs really helps with your mind. It feeds your mind. It feeds your direction. It helps you. So the one thing I started off with networking. I met other people who are in similar industries that would like to work with Swahili Princess in some way or the other. I also met someone who worked at Lego, and who's interested, who is now going to be like an advisor. Yeah, so I met people. I met some people also in creativity and innovation. So it was really interesting it was a very good networking opportunity.
As an entrepreneur, it is important to implement feedback generated from customers. The next edition of dolls from the company will be much darker. Olivia is also in the process of manufacturing male dolls for girls.
Like with any industry, you tend to benchmark against the market leaders. The Swahili Princess is a fashion beauty doll, and the biggest leader in the world for fashion beauty dolls is Barbie, and they have their Ken, right? So of course, for one, I will start with saying that there will be a male doll, but for females, for young girls, the Ken, the Barbie and the Ken. So Swahili Princess dolls, the first thing we're gonna have, like we'll have the light skin dolls, and we'll go to the dark skin dolls. So there'll be two of them, and then they will have a male doll, right? So there will be a male doll for the girls. Now, boys, right? So the first thing I have to say is that girls are attracted to dolls, right? They help us, they help young girls to talk about their daily lives, to emulate, what they want to do. They just play with them to reflect what's going on in their daily lives, their dreams, So girls are attracted to dolls. Boys are more attracted to cars and that kind of toy. So because of that, there's a larger gap with the dolls for girls.
Swahili Princess products are marketed through social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. The main reason for this is that they are a young business, and most of the clients they target use these mediums. The enterprise currently has 4 full-time employees and a further 5 who are outsourced for their specialist skills.
When I see photos of young girls playing with my dolls, I get so excited because I understand what that means for them, what that means for their development, what that means for young girls who are seeing who are looking at a pretty doll that looks like them and that looks like their sister, or looks like their mommy, So that's it. I just get so inspired when I see these young girls playing with these dolls, and that's what motivates me.
She hopes that soon her dolls will be a permanent fixture in stores around the East African region. That notwithstanding, the entrepreneur has plans for diversifying her business.
We are looking into storybooks because we started a competition a few months back in October, whereby young girls are writing us essays, and in return, one of them will win. It's a competition, so one of them will win a chance to write a Swahili Princess storybook. Because I believe that the best people to write a book for children is children, because they are more imaginative than we are. And also it's a good way to promote literacy amongst young girls. So the competition is for girls between the ages of 10 to 14. We've not finished it. So that's the next thing, is the Swahili Princess storybook.
So what advice does Olivia Mengich have for aspiring entrepreneurs?
First, go for it, follow your deer. 2, bootstrap it. And 3, go to market.
Que retenir du parcours de cette jeune femme? Moi, j'ai noté quelques points importants que je vais étaler tout à l'heure. Mais si tu trouves qu'il y a d'autres points aussi importants que je n'ai pas énumérés, alors je t'invite à laisser tes commentaires, parce que vivement, nous sommes là pour apprendre l'un de l'autre, n'est-ce pas? Après les premières difficultés à trouver du boulot, elle a vite compris qu'il fallait entreprendre. Et pour cela, elle a accepté de se rééduquer. Après, elle a identifié un gap et un besoin sur le marché de poupées pour filles. Et elle a fait quelque chose d'intéressant. Tu notes sûrement qu'elle n'a pas mis des poupées à la peau blanche sur le marché. Elle a mis des poupées à la peau noire, des poupées qui nous ressemblent. Et elle a aussi fait en sorte que ces poupées-là aient les tresses et pagnes africains. C'est-à-dire, elle a adapté le concept à la réalité du marché africain. C'est ça qu'on appelle innovation. Et sur l'une de mes vidéos précédentes, j'ai parlé de l'innovation et je me suis fait un peu attaquer et j'ai eu des feedbacks intéressants que j'ai vraiment apprécié. Mais j'ai compris à travers ces feedbacks-là que beaucoup n'ont pas compris ce que je disais en parlant d'innovation. Innovation ne veut pas dire seulement créer quelque chose qui n'a jamais existé. L'innovation, c'est prendre quelque chose qui existe déjà, ajouter quelque chose pour en faire quelque chose de nouveau. Si vous prenez par exemple les chaussures Nike ou bien Adidas, c'est les mêmes concepts. Ils prennent une chaussure qu'ils avaient déjà sur le marché, ils le modifient et le remettent sur le marché. C'est ça l'innovation. Donc, cela ne veut pas dire nécessairement que tu viens avec un produit qui n'a jamais existé et voilà, tu es le premier à le faire. Non, ce n'est pas le cas. Parce que beaucoup m'ont dit, bon, tu parles de l'innovation et ceux-là qui n'ont pas l'habileté de créer quelque chose de technique. L'innovation ne veut pas dire quelque chose de technique. Tu peux prendre du yaourt qui existe déjà, tu le modifies, tu en fais quelque chose de nouveau et peut-être un nouveau goût. C'est l'innovation. C'est ça. Pour revenir à Olivia Mengich, elle a ensuite foncé. Malgré tout ce qu'on lui disait, ah, Olivia, ne fais pas, ça ne marchera pas, tu vas tomber, ne fais pas, c'est trop tôt. Elle a foncé et elle a foncé avec le peu de moyens qu'elle avait. Cela m'amène à un deuxième point. Elle a utilisé les plateformes Instagram et Facebook pour faire la promotion de son business. Ça, c'est une leçon importante pour nous. Beaucoup d'entre nous utilisent Facebook, par exemple, pour insulter les gens, pour fouiller la vie des gens. Il est temps que vous arrêtez ça. Facebook et Instagram peuvent être utilisés comme des outils de marketing. À travers ces plateformes-là, vous pouvez joindre beaucoup, sinon des milliers et voire même des millions de clients. Elle a compris ça très tôt. Et à cela, moi, j'ajouterai peut-être WhatsApp. Sur WhatsApp, tu peux créer par exemple un groupe pour fidéliser ta clientèle. Tu peux par exemple créer un groupe uniquement pour tes clients et une fois en passant, tu leur envoies des promotions. Tu leur envoies des offres. C'est un outil de marketing très efficace. Donc, arrêtez par exemple d'utiliser WhatsApp pour envoyer des images de bon début de mois, c'est-à-dire bon week-end, bon lundi. Non, arrêtez de perdre votre temps et le temps des autres. Il est temps que vous commencez à utiliser WhatsApp comme un outil de communication efficace. Revenons encore à Olivia Mengich. Elle a grandi déjà son business. Elle cherche à industrialiser tout le processus. C'est ça qu'on appelle la vision des leaders. Elle voit déjà grand. Elle cherche maintenant comment à dominer le marché. Voilà les quelques points importants que moi j'ai retenus. S'il y a d'autres points que toi tu as retenus, je t'invite à mettre tes commentaires en bas et nous allons en discuter parce qu'il nous faut vraiment apprendre des succès africains. À travers Olivia Mengich, j'espère que tu vois ce qui est possible quand tu refuses d'accepter les obstacles et les défaites. J'espère que tu vois ce qui est possible quand tu refuses de te limiter et quand tu dis non, je vais faire bouger et quand tu dis je vais faire bouger les choses en ma faveur. J'espère que tu as saisi le message. J'espère que tu as appris beaucoup de choses à travers cette jeune femme. C'est Géraud de Africa is Wealth, la chaîne de l'entrepreneuriat et de l'éducation financière par les Africains et pour les Africains. Et je te retrouve dans la prochaine vidéo.